Everyone knows the story of Ben Franklin discovering electricity by flying a kite with a key tied to the string. Some people know the story of Ben Franklin inventing the first bifocals, but nobody knows the story of Ben Franklin, time-traveling agent taken to the future. Can he save our timeline? Brought to you by Turkey Robot Production. Ben Franklin is Silence Dogood, time-traveling agent. Hi, I'm Jim, and I'm going to tell you about the comic book Silence Dogood, Time Traveling Agent by Turkey Robot Productions. Either write something worth reading or do something worth writing. Ben Franklin. The book starts off with Ben Franklin being chased by a mysterious character across the rooftops of Trenton, New Jersey on Christmas Eve, 1776. But something else is wrong with this picture, because Ben Franklin would be around 70 years old in 1776, and this Ben Franklin looks to be around 20. We then jump back in time to July 4th, 1723, and see a young Ben Franklin napping at his desk, when a mysterious stranger enters and orders her two companions to retrieve Mr. Franklin. Presented by Turkey Robot Comics, created by Sean Salter and Alan Rhodes. Writers, Sean Salter and Charles Knopf. Artists, Sean Salters. Editor, Zane Freed and Alan Rhodes. Historical consulting, Patrick Salter, and story consultant, Mike Barron. Young Ben Franklin is teleported through a time portal into the not-too-distant future, where he meets Milo, owner and operator of Imperium Industries. Ben Franklin is placed inside of a holding tank, and his mind is inside a virtual reality. Two unknown individuals are attempting to break into Imperium Industries. Ben Franklin is inside of a virtual reality, unaware of what is happening outside. Milo is trying to convince Ben Franklin to help him and work with him to form some sort of communist or socialist utopia. The two intruders are successful in entering the compound. A battle ensues between the two intruders and the three individuals who kidnapped Ben Franklin. Where did the name Silence Dogood come from? In April 1722, James Franklin picked up a letter slipped under the door to the print shop for his newspaper, the New England Current. It was an intelligently written missive from an apparently intelligent and witty widow called Silent Dogood. This would be the first of 14 letters that were slipped under James's door from April to October of 1722. Ben Franklin had been working as a printing apprentice for his brother James at the newspaper. Ben was also a brilliant, intelligent, and talented writer. But being a youth of 16, his brother refused to allow him to write for his paper. Refusing to be deterred, Ben set out to trick his brother by pretending to be a widowed woman living in Boston. Ben wrote so convincingly as a 40-something-year-old widow that when James and his friends read the first three letters, they all agreed that they should be printed in the Current's next edition. Ben Franklin created a witty, wise, and whimsical character that spoke to colonial America, using Silence Dogood to advise, scold, and trash talk the readers of his brother's paper. One could say he was ahead of his time. America's first social media troll, a few hundred years before the creation of the internet, when social media was nothing more than a local town newspaper being read by the fire in a cozy snug. Ben went on to be one of the colony's most well-known authors with a knack for knowing what was in the hearts and minds of the populace. Here's a sketchbook in the back of the book. This is a thank you at the end of the book, thanking the Timcast Discord, especially Raymond G. Stanley Jr. For more information on release dates and to see some behind the scenes, follow Kick at Salty Draws, Instagram at salty.draws, and on Twitter at saltydraws. So what do I think about the comic Silence Dogood, Time Traveling Agent from Turkey Robot Productions? Well, I think the art is very nice. It looks modern while still bringing a lot of old flair that we used to see in the 90s. I also think it's very good for young kids because it has a historical flair, bringing historical characters into a new story, and it has a cultural message and a warning about communism and the dangers of trying to establish a utopia. If you have any small children that you would like to get interested in comic books, this is a good place to start.